Okay, class, welcome to part 2 of our test review. Sorry I had to divide these into two. I believe we were on number 12 here, if you've watched the first review. So let's practice expanding and simplifying. When it says expand and simplify, I need all the terms. It is 5 plus 3x to the 4th power, if you cannot read it. And so you'll recall that it will have 5 terms. I break it into sections. I start with the first part of the binomial, 5. 5 to the 4th, 5 cubed, 5 squared, 5 to the 1st, and then the last term has no 5s. Then I do 3x. It starts where there are none. 3x to the 1st, 3x squared, 3x cubed, 3x to the 4th. Now, if you like using Pascal's triangle, you'll notice this is what we need. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. If you don't like using Pascal's triangle, you can do 4 choose 0, which is 1, 4 choose 1, which is 4, 4 choose 2, which is 6, 4 choose 3, which is 4, and 4 choose 4, which is 1. So whichever way you'd want to figure it out, that's what you would get. So then you just work each part out. 5 to the 4th times 1 is 625. 5 cubed times 4 is 15. Oh, wait a minute. 5 cubed times 4 is 500 times the 3 is 1500, and then there's the x. 5 squared times 6 times 3 squared is 1350, x squared. 3 cubed times 5 times 4 is 540. And 3 to the 4th is 81x to the 4th. So that's what I would expect that you could do to expand and simplify. Now, this next problem says 3x minus 4 to the 9th. And it asks me to find the 7th term. I go ahead and do my blanks. Since it's to the 9th, I will need 10 blanks. And I know it's asking me for the 7th term, so that's this one. I know that I'm going to have a 3x raised to a power, and I'm going to have negative 4 raised to a power, and I'm going to have 9 choose some number. Well, if I think about it, this is 9 choose 0, 9 choose 1, 9 choose 2, 9 choose 3, choose 4, choose 5, choose 6. 3x starts at the 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. And these start at 0. Negative 4 to the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And so then I can just work all that out. 9 choose 6 is 84. 3 cubed is 27, x cubed. Negative 4 to the 6th is 40, 96. And if you multiply that whole thing out, you get 9,289,728 x cubed. So that's the kind of question that I would ask about expanding. Then there will be 3 more like that. So let's look at these. The first problem, this is to the 8th power. If you can't read it, this is to the 8th. So it's going to need 9 blanks if I'm going to do my little pattern here. And I want to know, when is x going to be raised to the 6th? Well, you know that it starts with the 8th, the 7th, and so this should be where it's raised to the 6th power. Let's verify that that would also be where y would be squared. It starts with none, 1, and squared. So it is this one right here. So I'm going to have x raised to a power, I'm going to have 3y raised to a power, and I'm going to have 8 choose 2. Starts with 8 choose 0, 8 choose 1, 8 choose 2, x to the 6th, 3y squared. Then you just multiply that out. 8 choose 2 is 28. X to the 6th times 9y squared. And if you multiply that all out, 252 x6 y squared. This is x minus 2 to the 12th is b, and it's asking about x to the 6th term. So I'm going to do my 13 blanks. You might not need to do that. And then I'm going to figure out where x to the 6th is. Well, I know it starts at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 is going to be right here. So I'm interested in this term. So I know I'm going to have 12 choose some number, x raised to the 6th, negative 2 raised to some number. Let's figure out the negative 2. We know that it starts at 0 and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's also to the 6th, and then it's 12 choose 6. 12 choose 6 is 924. X to the 6th. Negative 2 to the 6th is 64. And if you multiply that out, you get 59,136 x to the 6th. So you're going to have to be able to find a certain term. C says 3x squared minus 4 raised to the 7th. And it wants to know the x to the 10th term. This one's a little trickier. I know there's going to be 8 blanks. But which one is x to the 10th? The tricky thing is you're taking x squared and raising it to the power. So if I take x squared, this would be raised to the 7th. X squared raised to the 6th. X squared raised to the 5th. This is where you get the 10th. This term. Okay, that's where it's a little tricky because it's x squared raised to that power. We have negative 4 raised to the 2nd power. If you start with 0, 1, 2, and then the beginning would be 7 choose 2. 7 choose 2 is 21. X to the 10th times 16. And if you multiply that out, you get 81,648 times x to the 10th. That's basically what's on the test. I hope you'll find this review helpful.